morning, Jennifer.
Good morning, Malene. What are we going to be learning today?
Today we're going to explore processing renewals on non-downloaded policies. This might be an excess and surplus lines, or it might simply be a company that doesn't download, or your agency may not process policy download at all. So we're going to explore two different scenarios. Here's Bill Benjamin. You can see that he doesn't show an active policy. So I'll show you how to renew a policy if it is expired. The Duck Pros have a policy on their list, and you can see that it expires 5/1. This situation with Bill Benjamin, this policy has evidently expired. The way to find that policy is to go straight to the Policy tab. You may or may not know that the Policy tab holds all of the policies that are current and expired. You can see that this policy expired 4/20/2012. To access Policy View, you simply right-click. It brings up a menu item, and Policy Express is at the top. So you would just choose Policy Express. When you get to Policy Express, you know that it has three menu items: create items, view existing items, and automated procedures is where you choose renew a policy. This situation, we just put in our transaction. The policy number is not going to change. It will add a new sequence to your policy. So we're just simply going to click on Next. You see that the system changes the dates for you. We want to make sure that it's the correct policy period. And just click on Next. The policy numbers in agency systems are truly important. So the system reminds you, are you sure that the policy number did not change? I'm sure, so I'm going to say yes. If you have created forms, the system automatically takes you to the forms that you want to update. You might want to update all of them. You just simply check the ones that you want to attach to your renewal policy. And when you click on Next, it takes you to the forms. Let's say that this is a homeowner's application. We could simply come in here and update according to any inflation or whatever's on this policy. This is now attached to this renewal policy, where the expiring applications will still be attached to the old policy period. And you just simply click on Save. You will do that with each of the applications. If nothing changed, if the limits and everything remain the same, you can simply just update those forms and it would be attached to the renewal policy. The next situation is the Duck Pros. This policy is showing here, so I know I do not have to go to the Policy tab. I simply click on the policy, go to Automated Procedures, choose Renew a Policy, but in this instance, let's say that the policy number changes. Let's say that it's an extension such as 01. Again, I just type in my transaction code and make sure that my policy period is correct and just simply click on Next. Again, my forms that were attached to the old policy period can be updated with the new information. I can go into each section, and if the drivers have been added to or changed during the year, it would be noted, and I can pull that information in from my basic schedules Same thing with vehicles. If we added one during the year, or I needed to edit something to correct the VIN number, I can simply do that now to match whatever the policy actually says. I just simply save that information and say OK. And you save that, and you update all your forms, and now you have forms attached to your renewal policy. After you X out and refresh, you will see that by changing the policy number, the system has automatically added a new policy to the system. It's just that simple, Jennifer.
Well, I have a question, Elaine.
Okay.
So once it becomes May 1st, then the top policy drops off, right?
You're exactly right. It goes down to policy tab, which retains all the policy periods here. You can see that in 2010 to 11, we actually had a different policy number.
Okay. So now where would I go to look at old limits or old coverages on these policies?
That is a great question, Jennifer. If you wanted to see the prior forms, you just click on the Forms tab, and you can see all the forms that are under each policy period. By just clicking into these, you can see prior applications.
Well, that's
Any
all
other
the
questions?
That's it.
Well, thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you, Elaine. Have a great day.
You too.